What's going on, guys? It's your boy Nick, bringing you today on the channel a combo tutorial and test hand video for my Springans deck profile, which I uploaded on my channel about a week ago now. I will leave a link down in the description below. If you haven't checked out that profile, I highly encourage you do so. If you're a fan of Springans, the black sheep of the Albaz art family, I would like to say. The deck recently got new support out of Photon Hypernova, and it definitely brought the deck full circle and made it way better than it's ever been before. For those of you new to the channel, welcome. My name is Nick. We do Yu-Gi-Oh! Content mainly focused around rogue and casual decks alike. So if that's the kind of thing that you're into, then I highly encourage you to subscribe. I always do really cool deck profiles. I do live duel videos, deck discussions, things of that nature. And I don't want you guys to miss out on some of the cool videos that I upload, like the Umi deck profile that I uploaded on my channel a few days ago as well. So feel free to browse through some of my videos, and I'm sure there's going to be something that you're going to like. But with that being said, we are going to dive straight into the Springans combos. Again, if you haven't watched the deck profile, I highly encourage you do so first before viewing this video. Again, I will leave a link down in the description below. We're going to go into some simple 1 to 2 card combos to start. So with that being said, we are actually going to start with the scrap line. So the scrap package is a package that I chose to run in this deck for the simple fact that it allows us to put a rank 4 on the field with just a single normal summon, which is something that Springans, despite being an Xyz-focused archetype, cannot do. Springans has a huge reliance on their field spell, which is the Great Sand Sea Gold Goganda. However, if they are unable to establish this field spell for whatever reason, whether they don't open access to it, or it gets destroyed while on the field, banished, bounced back in the deck, whatever the issue is, I wanted to have a way to make a rank 4 in this deck without needing the field spell. So we're going to go down the scrap line, and I'm just going to showcase what that looks like. So it is literally a 1-card rank 4. So if the only card in your hand is a copy of Scrap Raptor, what you're going to do is normal summon the Scrap Raptor. You will activate its effect on field. It says you can target a monster you control, destroy it. Also, during your main phase this turn, you can normal summon 1 Scrap monster in addition to your normal summon set. So you're going to activate Scrap Raptor's effect, to destroy itself. And then you get to double summon a Scrap monster this turn, in addition to your normal summon set. Now you're probably wondering, well, okay, you just literally went neg 1. Check this out though. Scrap Raptor has a secondary effect that states, if this card is destroyed by the effect of a scrap card, including its own effect, and sent to your graveyard, you get to add a Scrap Factory or a non-tuner scrap monster from your deck to your hand. So upon us destroying itself, it's going to trigger the graveyard effect to allow us to search a card called Scrap Chimera. Now, Scrap Chimera is a non-tuner scrap monster. And again, keep in mind, we have the ability to double summon a scrap monster off of the first effect of Raptor. So now we are going to use our second normal summon on the Scrap Chimera. Activating its effect, it states it cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of a scrap monster. It's not relevant for the purposes of this particular deck. What the important effect is that when this card is normal summoned, you can target a scrap tuner in your graveyard, special summon that target. So we're going to use our second normal summon on the Chimera, triggering its effect to target our Scrap Raptor, which is a scrap tuner in grave, and special summon the Scrap Raptor. So literally off of a single card, we are able to produce any rank 4 in the game we so wish, assuming we main deck it, of course. So that allows us access into cards like Springans Merrymaker, so we can overlay these two and hard make the Merrymaker, which, to be quite honest, doesn't actually happen that frequently. You usually cheat out Merrymaker with a field spell. But again, this combo is designed to show you how you can make Merrymaker without the field spell. If you don't want to go into Merrymaker, or you already have Goganda, that's one of the things I like about the Raptor line, is that the Raptor line is designed to really bait negates, if any. Or if the opponent doesn't stop this line from happening, what you can do is you can hard make a Traptrix Rafflesia, which is a generic rank 4. Traptrix has been getting a lot of hype recently due to the structure deck release, but Rafflesia we can make Rafflesia now, and because we main deck a single copy of Gravedigger's Trap Hole, at any point, if the opponent decides to activate like an Ash Blossom, or they try to Nibiru us, for example, we can activate Rafflesia, dumping Gravedigger's Trap Hole from our deck to the graveyard. Rafflesia's effect becomes Gravedigger's effect, and we negate that activated monster effect in the hand and burn the opponent for 2,000 damage. So the scrap line, in addition to helping us make any rank 4 we want, can actually insulate our plays from Ash and Nibiru, something that hurts Spriggans a lot, which I think is absolutely invaluable. And I'm not sure why a lot of other Spriggans lists that I've seen aren't incorporating this line, because Spriggans is a deck that does get severely hurt by cards like Ash and Nib. So why not play a single 1-card line into a way to stop it? Or even better, the 1-card line, if it does get ashed for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, because now if you also, if you have access into your Golgonda line, that's one less hand trap you got to worry about. So the Raptor line either is going to bait some sort of negate, or it's going to let you make a free Rafflesia, which is going to deter the opponent from trying to Ash or Nib you anyway. So I just wanted to showcase that simple, literal 1-card combo right there. Scrap Raptor by himself does wonders. If you haven't picked up your copies of this card, you might want to look into it, because it is pretty cool. So that's it for the 1-card line. Now we're going to look at a 2-card line using Spriggan's Rocky and a copy of Great Sand Seagull Golgonda. So this is it, just a 2-card line right here. We have the field spell and a copy of Rocky. So we're going to activate our copy of Great Sand Seagull Golgonda. Using its effect, we're going to discard a Spriggan's card in our hand to allow us to special summon a Spriggan's Xyz from our extra deck. In which case, we are going to go ahead and summon out a copy of Spriggan's Merrymaker. And now the Merrymaker, upon its special summon, allows us to send a Spriggan's monster from our deck to our graveyard. And the card we're going to be dumping, in this case, is going to be a copy of Brothers. So we're going to send a copy of Brothers from our deck to grave. And then when Brothers gets sent to the graveyard, we can target a Spriggan's monster in our grave, accept a copy of Brothers, and special summon it in defense position. So with Brothers, we're going to target the Rocky, special summon the Rocky in defense position, and then because Rocky is special summoned, it's going to activate, allowing us to target a Spriggan's monster in grave, or a copy of Great Sand Seagull Golgonda, and add that target from the graveyard to our hand. So in this case, we're going to target our Brothers and add our Brothers to our hand. Effectively, the 2-card line turned us into a rank 4 plus a body on board, and we still have another card in hand. So we plussed pretty hard. We plus 2 in this exchange, because we took 2 cards and turned them into 4, effectively. If that wasn't bad enough, though, now we can use the secondary effects of Rocky and Brothers to attach themselves to a Spriggan's Xyz as material. So we're going to load up on material here. And now we are going to overlay into our brand new card out of Hypernova, Gigantic Champion Sargus. This card can also be Xyz summoned by using any Spriggan's Xyz monster we control as the material, and we can transfer its materials to this summoned monster. So now we can overlay Sargus on top of Merrymaker, giving us a 3-material Sargus, and while Sargus has Xyz material, we are able to add from our deck to our hand either a Therion card or a Spriggan's card, which is really insane because we do not detach material for that. So in this case, we can add the brand new Tally-Ho Spriggans from our deck to our hand. This is brand new out of Photon Hypernova, just like Gigantic Champion Sargus is. And now we can activate Tally-Ho Spriggans. And it states, it's a quick play spell. When you activate this card, you can also detach up to 3 materials from monsters you control. Add a Spriggan's monster from the deck to your hand. Then, if you detached any material at activation, you can special summon that many Spriggan's monsters from your hand or graveyard to your field. So we're going to go Tally-Ho Spriggans, we'll detach all 3 materials here, because that's the maximum amount we can detach. We will add a Spriggans from the deck to our hand. Let's say we grab, literally anything. I mean, it could be a copy of Kit, if we wanted. It doesn't have to be Kit. I mean, it can be whatever Spriggans we think we need in this given scenario. Let's just use a Kit, just for the purposes of this particular 2-card combo. So now we search a Kit, and then at resolution, we can special summon Spriggans monsters from our hand or graveyard up to the number of material detached. from the Xyz monster. So since we detach 3, we're able to special summon up to 3 monsters from our hand and our graveyard. Hopefully you guys can see all this and everything fits. But yeah, so now we have, this goes to grave. But now, off a 2-card line, we still have, 5 cards on field. And, we haven't even committed a normal summon yet, for example. So, assuming this was an opening hand, we only burned 2 cards out of our 5-card opener, theoretically. So we would have a normal summon here still. Kit would trigger. But Kit, in order for her effect to activate, we do need a card in hand to send back once we resolve her effect. So something to keep in mind. But here, the world is our oyster pretty much. We can make a link play even if we wanted to, because, this Springans monsters, they don't restrict you into specific extra deck summons. So you can make a link here, or you could go into like any rank 4 of your choice, like Redoer, or you could go down the Utopia Double package, using Utopia Double's effect, detaching a material to add a double or nothing from deck to hand. And then, where is it? There it is. Add double or nothing, and then we can overlay a Utopia Xyz monster on top of Utopia Double, and its attack becomes doubled. However, it cannot attack directly. Yes, I'm aware this is Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. It's not Utopia number 39 Utopia, or number 39 monster. However, by its effect, it says it's always treated as number C39 Utopia Ray. So this card is always treated as that name, which is why we can use this card to overlay on top of Utopia Double with Utopia Double's effect. Then we can go Leo Utopia Ray's effect, attaching another material. So then we can equip a Zexal weapon monster directly from our deck to the Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray, as if that Zexal weapon monster was equipped using its own effect. So this is where our Zexal weapon Pegasus Twin Saber comes into play. If I could find it, I keep sifting Pat. Here it is. Then we equip this from deck, and now our Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray is a 6,000 attack monster with a quick effect negate, in addition to Pegasus Twin Saber also being a monster negate as well. One that the opponent cannot actually respond to because it does not start a chain. It negates at resolution, not at activation. Very interesting card. So we get a double negate, and that's just with a simple 2-card line. And we still have Gigantic Champion Sargus on board, plus another free monster to do whatever we want with. So that was the 2-card combo that I wanted to showcase you guys. And remember, all we started with was a single copy of Rocky and 1 copy of the field spell, which was Gold Golgonda. So now I'm going to show you a 3-card line with Sprigans. Sprigans is such a cool deck, in my opinion. There's so many different things you can do with it, and there's a lot of versatility in the builds. And I've been having a ton of fun with the list, honestly. So here's going to be a 3-card line. We have a Kit. And, I mean, the cards in your hand could be almost anything, realistically. However, one of them does have to be a machine. So just any machine from your deck. I mean, Branga is ideal, but, I mean, we'll just use Branga for this combo. It doesn't have to be Branga, keep that in mind. It just needs to be any Sprigans, machine. Or not even a Sprigans, just any machine, really. And then, here, let's just say we drew a Garnet. Or a Brick. So here's a 3-card line. 2 cards, you kind of want to see, and then a card you really don't want to draw because it kills the Rafflesia line. So check this out. So we normal summon Spriggan's Kit, activate her effect to search for a branded spell trap that's in our deck, graveyard, or banished to our hand. So this is where we're going to search our single copy of Branded in High Spirits from our deck to hand. However, at resolution, we have to take a card from our hand and place it on the bottom of the deck. This is where that card we didn't want to draw comes into play. Spriggan's Kit can actually help us put back our Garnets back in the bottom of the deck, which is pretty cool. But now, we can activate Branded in High Spirits effect, revealing the machine we have in our hand, in this case, Branga. Again, it doesn't have to be a Spriggan's machine. It could be like Therion King Regulus, for example, or any other machine. So we reveal that. We will send an Albaz fusion with the same type as the revealed monster, in this case, machine, that has 2,500 attack and or defense. Send it to the graveyard. And then, if you do, you can also, the second half of this effect is optional, you can discard the revealed monster. And if you do that, you can add a Fallen of Albaz or any monster that mentions it from the deck to your hand. And this is where we grab another copy of our Springans kit. Now we can use Springans kits first effect, where if we have a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material on our field or in our graveyard, we can special summon this card from the hand. So we dumped a fusion monster using Branded in High Spirits from our extra deck to grave, and this card mentions Albaz as material, which you can see right there. So now we're actually able to special summon Kit with her own effect, giving us 2 level 4s on field to make a rank 4 play. Now this is a 3-card combo. Again, you know, it's a 3-card combo because you need a card to put back off of Kit's effect. In this case, we put back the Garnet. It doesn't have to be a Garnet, obviously. You just need any card to put back. But it's nice that if you do happen to draw a card you don't want to draw, Kit can tuck it back into the deck. Now, that's actually really crucial when you draw into cards like the Double or Nothing, for example, because Utopia Double can't resolve. If Double or Nothing's in your hand, you have to add it from deck to hand. So Kit can tuck cards like this back in the deck, which I think is really valuable. So that was a 3-card line, which, you know, you can use 2 copies of Kit. You normal summon a Kit, and then through Kit's own effect, it leads you to special summon a second Kit, and then you overlay for any rank 4 of your choice. So that was a 1-card combo, a 2-card combo, and a 3-card combo. But now we are going to dive right into a test hand, and I'm going to pile shuffle this really quickly. That way you guys can see that this is not, you know, edited in any way, shape, or form. I like doing things as live as possible on this channel to give you that real experience. And, you know, if we brick, then we brick. So be it. It is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, you are still playing Springans. You know, Springans is a good deck, but I don't think it's a tier 1 deck, obviously. So, you know, kind of keep your expectations grounded in reality. This deck does have an opportunity to brick. I would say more so than others. But again, that's why I do these videos for you guys. You can see what it's actually like piloting something like this. So we got the pile shuffle knocked out. We're going to cut. That way you guys know that I'm not cheating. And now we're going to draw our 5-card opening hand. Spriggan's Booty, Ash, Scrap Raptor, Spriggan's Booty, and an Overlay Network. So this is our 5-card opener. I would say this hand is pretty decent. Yeah, honestly, this hand is about better than average, I would say. Even if we're going second, you know, we at least have an Ash to slow our opponent down. But let's dive right in. So we're going to lead things off with a normal summon of Scrap Raptor. Activate Raptor's effect, destroying itself. So we can go ahead and get another double summon. And then when it's destroyed, search for a non-tuner Scrap monster from deck to hand. So we're going to search for the Scrap Chimera. Now, using the double summon effect of Raptor, we're going to normal summon Chimera, trigger its effect, targeting the tuner in our graveyard, which is Raptor, special summoning it, and now we can overlay into a rank 4 line. Thinking about what I want to go into here. I think we'll just make the Rafflesia. That way we can insulate ourselves from Ash or Nibiru moving forward, which I think is pretty valuable. And now what we're going to do is we're going to activate Spriggan's Booty in our Spell Trap Zone, use Booty's secondary effect, sending itself away, so we can activate a Great Sandsea Golgolganda directly from our deck or graveyard. Activate that. Now we can go Golgolganda effect, discarding any Spriggan's card, so we can pitch our second copy of Booty, and now we get to special summon a Spriggan's Xyz from our extra deck, which in this case will be Merrymaker. Now we can go Merrymaker's effect to send a Spriggan's monster from deck to grave. Now, unfortunately, we didn't open any Spriggan's monsters in hand, so it makes no sense to dump Brothers, because Brothers isn't going to have anything to revive necessarily. So what we can do here, I guess we just dump Branga. Thinking on how I want to sequence this. What else is in our hand? We have an Ash and an Overlay Network. You know what? Let's dump Kit. Let's dump Kit to the graveyard. So not actually no. I'm sorry. Hold on. This is why we do things live. Let me think here real fast. Let's not dump Kit. I guess... Yeah, we'll still go for the Branga line. That's fine. So we'll dump Branga. We're going to activate Branga's effect, attaching it to our Merrymaker as a material. And now... Ooh, it's got a bit of a glare there. Sorry. We'll put it over here. Now what we can do is we can make our copy of Champion Sargus. It sucks because we're not able to tuck a bunch of material under Sargus, unfortunately. But now what we can do here is activate the Sargus effect. Since it has material, we can go ahead and grab a Springans or Therion card from the deck to our hand. We'll grab a copy of Tally-Ho Springans, which we will activate, detaching both material from Sargus. And then searching, I guess we will grab either a Captain Sargus, or I guess we can just grab another Branga, I suppose. Either or, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll just grab another Branga, I guess. Get it out of the deck. And then now we can revive from our graveyard monsters from our hand or field, or I'm sorry, hand or grave, up to the number of materials detached. Since we detach 2, we can special the Branga from our hand, special the Branga from our graveyard, and now, with this particular hand that we drew, we can make a rank 8 for free. If we're going second, make Dingirsu. If we're going first, we can hard make a number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon Super Duper Titanic Galaxy Galaxy. And that's it for the test hand. And then we still have an Ash in our hand and an Overlay Network. And like I said, we did all this by playing under Nib and Ash with the Rafflesia line. So let's go ahead and shuffle this up again. And we will do a second test hand for you guys. Just, to roll out any, discrepancies. Like I said, I like doing test hands like this. That way you guys can actually see what the deck is like to play in person. And that hand wasn't even that bad. I mean, we ended on a decent amount of disruption, given, what we could do. So now we're going to pile shuffle again. There's no editing done to, sugarcoat this. This is about as live as this is going to be. You can build this deck right now, take it to locals, and, this is probably the experience you're going to have. So we'll see what this hand looks like. If it's a brick, it's a brick. I mean, that's the joys of playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. But honestly, though, this deck, it does open pretty decently most of the time, I would say. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And now we're going to draw our 5-card opener. Great Sand Seagull Goganda, Spriggan's Branga, Spriggan's Kit, Scrap Raptor, and a Captain Sargus. Now this hand, I would say, is even better than the last hand we had. So, again, you can just activate this off the rip, but I want to protect this as much as possible, so we're going to lead with the Scrap Raptor line again to kind of fish for hand traps, or if they don't have hand traps, we can at least insulate our plays through Nib by making Rafflesia off the Raptor line. So we'll go Raptor again, destroying itself, triggering its effect to search for a non-tuner Scrap monster, and giving us a double summon effect. And the beautiful thing about this is that, let's say the Raptor got Imperm, for example, then it's just a free level 4 we keep on our field, and since we hard open Goganda, or if we opened a way to access Goganda, we can still go down our normal Spriggan's line, and at least we baited an Imperm out of the opponent. So that's why the Scrap line I really enjoy so much in this list. But anyway, like I said, we're going to search for a Chimera. Raptor, assuming it resolves again. We're going to grab a Chimera, normal summon the Chimera with our double summon effect, reviving the Scrap Raptor, and then again, take these two and overlay them into any rank 4 of choice. In this particular instance, we are going to be making the Rafflesia again, just to insulate ourselves from, cards like Ash and Nibiru, or any, monster hand, Veilers, whatever the opponent, if they try to Gamma us, for example, Rafflesia is there to tell them no. So now we get Rafflesia out. So now we have a little bit more confidence in activating Golganda here. So we can activate Golganda. We're going to pitch the Kit, actually, from our hand for cost. We're going to go ahead and special summon a copy of the Merrymaker. Merrymaker effect triggers here to send a Spriggan's monster from our deck to the graveyard. We'll pitch the Brothers. Actually, do we want to do that? Yeah. Yeah, we'll pitch Brothers. Absolutely. Brothers effect triggers, targeting the Kit to special summon Kit. kit activates here, we are going to add a Branded in High Spirits from the deck to our hand. And then we're going to take a card from our hand and place it on the bottom of the deck. We'll put the Captain Sargus back in the bottom. And now we're going to activate the Branded in High Spirits, revealing the Branga in our hand, and then sending our extra deck target, which is Sprind, the Iron Dash Dragon. Then we will go all the way with High Spirits effect, pitching the Branga to search our second copy of Kit. And then now, since we have an Albaz Fusion in our grave, we are able to use Kit's effect to special summon herself to the field for free. Now what we're going to do is we can go Kit and Kit. Go ahead and make the Utopia double. And then we'll make the Ray, obviously, by using Utopia Double's effect to detach and search double or nothing. You know, and then that allows us to summon the Ultimate Leo. And then we'll Ultimate Leo effect, attaching another material to go ahead and equip himself with the Zexal weapon, Pegasus Twin Saber. So now we have a 6,000 attacking double monster negate on our board. And then now, out of our graveyard, we can go Branga effect and Brothers effects to attach themselves as material to the Merrymaker. And then we will overlay a Champion Sargus. Keep in mind, we still got the Rafflesia, so if the opponent tries to nib us at any point, it's not going to work. Go Sargus effect to search for a Spriggans or Therion card in this case. Something I do want to bring up is now that we have the Sprind in rotation, we can go Regulus to equip the Sprind, and then each time the Regulus negates something and sends itself, it also sends the Sprind to get its graveyard effect again later. But we won't do that here. We'll search for a Tally-Ho like we've been. Then we go Tally-Ho, detaching... how far? We'll just detach 2 in this case, actually. We'll keep a material underneath Sargus. And then we will search from our deck to our hand. We'll grab a Rocky so we can get Rocky in rotation. We will special the Rocky. And special... I guess a Kit. Rocky effect, target Brothers, add Brothers to hand. And then now we can make another rank 4, which can either be a Time Thief Redoer, or if we wanted to, we can actually hard make a Merrymaker. And the reason why we can do that is because now we can go Branga effect engrave, banishing itself in a Kit to search for a Spriggans card from deck to hand, which can be a copy of... Hopefully I find it. Spriggans Interluder. The reason why we can go down this line is because Interluder is an Omni negate. So if the opponent tries to like break our board with like Evenly Matched or like Dark Ruler, for example, we can go Interluder, since we have a Spriggans Xyz on field specifically, put it back to the extra deck and then negate that activation, which is really strong. Or we negate, is it negate? No, it negates the effect, excuse me. So we can make the Merrymaker rather than making a Redoer here. We'll set the Interluder, go to end phase, and then end phase are Sprint triggers in our graveyard, since it was sent there this turn, to special summon a Captain Sargus from our deck to our field, and that's our end board. So we have still the Disruption with Rafflesia, an Omni negate with the Interluder. We have a double monster negates with the 6,000 attack Leo Ray we have here. One of them is a permanent negate and attack reduction, and the other one is a negate that the opponent cannot respond to because it doesn't start a chain. And then we got the pop off the Sargus effect by detaching a material from any one of our Xyzes, and then we'll get a secondary pop or a bounce off the Champion Sargus when the Captain Sargus resolves, because it will detach for cost. And then we still have 2 cards in hand for follow-up. So that's going to be it, guys, for the combo tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed the lines that I showed you here today and the test hands. And like I said, this is my Spriggans deck. So, again, I'll leave a link in the description below for the deck profile. But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm working my way to that 1,000 subscriber benchmark, and I need your help to get there. Again, this is Nick signing out. Stay tuned. Later this week, potentially, on the channel for some more content, and also be on the lookout for the next deck I'm going to be bringing to the channel, which is Generator, or at least my take on Generator. So this is Nick, signing out.